Let's go Browns! The Cleveland Browns are in the midst of a tough season, trying to bounce back after a rough start and get back into the playoff hunt. But things just got a little more complicated as the team faces yet another injury scare. But before we dive into some critical news, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button if you want to stay up to date on all things Cleveland Browns. You won't want to miss a second of the action this season. Let's get to it. Having battled calf injuries all season, Thornhill may not be available for Monday night's crucial game against the Denver Broncos, and that could spell trouble for the Browns. This isn't the first time one Thornhill has been sidelined by an injury. He missed 5 games earlier this season after going on injured reserve in Week 1 with the same calf issue. Now, as we approach the halfway point of the season, Thornhill's injury could force the Browns to make a tough decision about his future with the team. Thornhill, who was acquired from the Kansas City Chiefs on a 3-year, $21 million deal, has had a rocky tenure in Cleveland. While he has contributed 32 tackles, 1 tackle for loss, and a couple of pass deflections, he has been inconsistent in pass coverage, allowing a 149.3 passer rating when targeted. He has also given up 3 touchdowns through the air this season. That inconsistency, combined with his injury issues, could cause the Browns to rethink their plans at the safety position going forward. The 29-year-old defensive back is still under contract through 2026, but there's a potential out in his deal for 2025, which gives the Browns some flexibility if they choose to part ways with him. While Thornhill could be a reliable piece for the defense, the constant injury concerns, combined with his struggles in coverage, may force Cleveland to look elsewhere in the offseason for a more dependable option. Could the Browns let him walk? It's possible. If Thornhill's injury continues to hold him back and his coverage issues persist, Cleveland may look to younger options like Ronnie Hickman to step into a starting role or even explore the free agent market or the NFL draft for a new face at safety. The Browns have shown they're willing to make bold moves, and parting ways with Thornhill could be one of those decisions they make in the offseason. But let's not forget, the Browns are still fighting for a playoff spot despite their 3-8 record. Myles Garrett, the heart and soul of this defense, remains optimistic that the team can make a run for the playoffs. Garrett made it clear that the team's goals haven't changed, despite the tough season. Because I believe it and Kevin believes it, that's where our goals and aspirations still are, no matter what the record is. Teams have come back from worse, and we're looking to be one of those teams, Garrett said. This level of belief in the team, especially coming from one of the best defensive players in the league, shows that the Browns aren't giving up just yet. Sure, it's a long shot, but as Garrett said, teams have come back from worse situations, and Cleveland is hoping to be one of those stories this season. However, to make a playoff push, the Browns will need more than just Garrett's optimism. They'll need to string together some wins, starting with their game against Denver on Monday Night Football. The Broncos, who are also fighting for a playoff spot, will not be an easy opponent. The Browns are banged up, and with Thornhill potentially out, the defense will need to step up in a big way. The Browns are also in a position where they need help from other teams. With only 2 teams in the AFC with worse records than Cleveland, the Las Vegas Raiders and Jacksonville Jaguars, the Browns will need to win games and hope teams like the Miami Dolphins and Indianapolis Colts continue to lose. It's a tough road ahead, but there is still a slim chance for the Browns to make a run, especially if they can get on a winning streak and take down some of their toughest opponents in the coming weeks. So, what do you think, Browns fans? Should Cleveland part ways with Thornhill in the offseason due to his injury history and struggles in coverage, or is there still hope for him to turn it around? And how do you feel about the team's playoff chances? Can the Browns rally and make a push for the postseason despite the odds? Now, Brown star wide receiver Jerry Jeudy is gearing up for a special Monday Night Football game this week, one he's had on his schedule for months. As the Browns prepare to face the Denver Broncos in Week 13, Jeudy is preparing to return to Denver, where he played for the first 4 years of his career. In March, the Browns acquired Jeudy in a trade with the Broncos, and it didn't take long for him to make a big impact. Just days after the trade, he signed a 3-year extension with Cleveland, committing himself to the team for the long haul. Now, Jeudy is getting ready to take the field against his old team, and you can bet he's feeling extra motivated. When asked about returning to Denver, Jeudy shared his competitive nature. "You always want to be the opposing team that you used to play for. That's just the competitive nature of us athletes," he said. "I feel like it's a game we have to win." And he's right. With the Browns needing every win they can get to stay in the playoff hunt, this game is important, not just for Judy's personal journey, but for the team as a whole. Since joining the Browns, Jeudy has quickly become one of the most reliable and explosive weapons in Cleveland's receiving corps. In his first season with the team, Jeudy has accumulated 45 receptions for 645 yards and 2 touchdowns. His average of 14.3 yards per catch shows just how dangerous he can be, and let's not forget his incredible 89-yard reception against the Saints in Week 11. Head coach Kevin Stefanski has been thrilled with Judy's performance so far, praising his versatility and route-running ability. He runs his routes well with a versatile route tree and plays with a savviness to his game, Stefanski said. He's able to create separation from defensive backs and catches the ball well. But it's not just the physical talent that's impressed. Stefanski and offensive coordinator Ken Dorsey have also highlighted Judy's football IQ and his ability to adapt to different roles within the offense. Whether he's lining up inside, outside, or in the slot, Jeudy has proven he can make plays no matter where he is on the field. His understanding of coverages and his ability to adjust to various defensive schemes have made him a key part of Cleveland's passing game. One of the most exciting developments this season has been Judy's growing chemistry with quarterback Jameis Winston. Since Winston took over as QB1, Judy's numbers have skyrocketed, averaging 94.8 yards per game over the past 4 weeks. The two have built a strong connection through communication, and it's clear that they've developed an understanding of what each other needs to succeed. I think he's really grown as the year has gone on, not only in just the number of catches, but in confidence, Dorsey said. And I think that's confidence for him, but also the quarterbacks, I think, have a ton of confidence in him as well. Judy's ability to stretch the field and make plays both short and long has been crucial to Cleveland's offensive success. Stefanski noted that having a receiver like Jeudy, who can run a diverse range of routes, makes life difficult for opposing defensive backs. When it's an expanded route tree like Jeudy, it makes it more difficult because they have to cover the entire field, Stefanski said. On Monday Night Football, Jeudy will likely face off against one of the league's top cornerbacks, Pat Surtain too. The two have faced each other before, both in college and during Judy's time in Denver, but this game will take their matchup to another level. Jeudy knows how tough Surtain can be, describing him as smart, long, and fast, traits that make him a nightmare for any receiver. Finally getting the opportunity to go against him on this big stage, it's going to be fun, Jeudy said. It's a matchup that fans should be excited about, and it's one that could play a significant role in the outcome of the game. As if all this excitement around Judy's return isn't enough, there's also a major game-changer off the field this week. The Browns will participate in the NFL's My Cause My Cleats initiative during their Monday Night Football game in Denver. This event is a great opportunity for players to showcase the causes they care about, and several Browns players, including head coach Kevin Stefanski, will be wearing custom cleats that represent different foundations and organizations. Stefanski's cleats, for example, will highlight the Keepers Foundation, which he and his family created to help underprivileged youth in Northeast Ohio. It's another example of how this team is invested in the community and using their platform for good. Now, Browns fans, it's your turn. What do you think about Judy's return to Denver? Do you think this game could be a turning point for his season and the Browns' playoff hopes? And what about that matchup against Pat Surtain? Who do you think will come out on top? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any updates throughout the rest of the season. Go Browns!